Welcome, heroes! Are you ready to work together to restore peace to the realm and destroy the forces of dread? Are you ready to roll dice and play strategically? Then you're ready to dive into HeroQuest First Light. Whether you've played tabletop RPGs before or you've just always wondered what it might be like to play one, you're in the right place. So gather up your broadsword and let's fight some evil. You enter the war room to the sounds of gruff, concerned murmurs and loud protests alike. In HeroQuest First Light, up to 4 players take on the roles of Barbarian, Dwarf, Elf, and Wizard, embarking on quests to defeat the evil sorcerer Zargon. One other player acts as the Game Master, taking on the role of Zargon and controlling the forces of dread. Zargon controls the quest for the rest of the players. As Game Master, they alone know the location of the monsters, secret doors, treasures, and traps the heroes will encounter. It's all here in the quest book. Parchment text is always read aloud to the heroes. It tells them the quest challenge and rewards. The quest map is for your eyes only. It shows you how the game board gets laid out as the heroes play. The quest notes are also for your eyes only. Look here for what happens when players enter an area or take specific actions. To set up your quest, place the game board on the table. Separate all the game pieces into piles. Give the heroes 3 combat dice and 2 movement dice. Give Zargon 3 combat dice. Sort the cards based on their types: spells, equipment, artifacts, monsters, and treasure. Make sure to shuffle the treasure deck. Artifact and dread spells are for Zargon to use, so place those cards behind the GM screen. The air, fire, water, and earth spells get divided between the wizard and elf players. Okay, wizard, you get to choose 1 spell type.
I'll do the fire spell cards.
All right, now our elf, you're going to choose 1 other spell type.
Okay, I would like the earth spell cards.
Cool, that means the water spells and the air spells both go to the wizard.
Yes, perfect.
Now I, Zargon, will set up the starting room on the game board using the quest map.
Which only you can see.
I trained you well. Now all of you heroes should take your character card and miniature and fill out your character sheets. Give yourself a name and fill out your starting body and mind points. Body points represent your physical health. Mind points represent your wisdom, intelligence, and resistance to magical influence. Those values can be found on your character cards. Anytime you lose or gain body or mind points, record it on your character sheet. With the game all set up, it's time for Zargon to read the heroes the parchment text for the quest. Then, play begins with the hero sitting on Zargon's left and continues around the table in clockwise order, ending with Zargon. On a hero's turn, you can either move your miniature and then perform an action, or perform an action and then move your miniature. To find your movement stat, look on your character card and roll the number of movement dice listed there. Then move square by square up to the number you rolled. So if you roll a 5, you can move between 1 and 5 spaces. If there are no monsters on the board, your movement is unthreatened, and you can instead move up to 4 spaces per movement die without having to roll.
Okay, so my movement stat is 2, and there are no monsters on the board, which means I am unthreatened, so I can move up to 8 spaces.
Right. You can move along corridors and into rooms if the door is open. You cannot move through walls or monsters or diagonally, but you can move through other heroes so long as you don't end in the same space.
Okay.
As the heroes move, Zargon populates the board with things that are now in their line of sight according to the quest map, like monsters, doors, or furniture. Since you've moved to that space, you are adjacent to that door, and opening a closed door is a free action. Would you like to open the door?
Yeah, I want to open the door.
Okay, here you go. And now you have line of sight through it, so there's a few more things you see. A door here. Katie, can you place this
boarded up area on those last 6 squares.
Yes.
This is one of Ragnar's fallen scouts, guarded by an orc and a goblin. Do you feel afraid?
I'm feeling threatened right now.
Heroes have 6 actions they can take on their turn. Attack a monster, cast a spell, search for treasure, search for secret doors, search for traps, and disarm a trap. To attack a monster, you must be adjacent to it unless you have a special weapon that lets you attack diagonally or from a distance. You can only attack once per turn, and you must announce which monster you're attacking and which weapon you're using if you have more than one. Roll combat dice according to your character's attack strength. Each skull rolled is a hit. If you don't roll any skulls, the attack misses. Each hit deals 1 point of body damage, but first, the monster rolls defense dice. Every black Zargon shield rolled blocks and cancels out 1 skull. If the monster's body points reach 0, they are defeated and removed from the board. If not, Zargon places a skull tile under its miniature to track the damage.
I attack this monster with my broadsword. All right, it says on my character card, I can roll 3 attack dice. All right, here goes. I rolled 2 skulls.
Hey, that's 2 hits, but the abomination gets 3 defend dice. I rolled 1 black shield, negating 1 of your hits. That means the monster is going to take 1 damage. Can you put this skull underneath the monster?
Gladly. The next action is cast a spell. This action can only be taken by the wizard and the elf. They're the only ones with the spell cards. Choose a spell card and follow its instructions, then discard the card. Each spell can only be cast once per quest. You can cast a spell on yourself, on another hero, or on a monster, as long as you have line of sight to your target.
I want to cast a spell. Is there anything in my line of sight?
Let's see, if you can draw an unobstructed line between your miniature and the monster's miniature, then you have line of sight and you can choose it as the target for your spell.
Okay, here's the center of my square. Here's the center of the monster's square. The imaginary line of sight is not obstructed by any walls, closed doors, or other figures.
You've been doing your homework. You may cast your spell.
All right.
The next action is search for treasure. To take this action, a hero must be on a square inside a room with no monsters present and announce that they are searching for treasure. If there's a special treasure in the room, Zargon will reveal it. If not, shuffle the treasure deck and draw a random card.
There is no special treasure in this location, so you can take a treasure card.
Okay. I got gold.
Nice. Mark that on your character sheet. In between quests, you can use it to buy weapons and armor.
Okay, incredible. My elf's gonna look good. Not everything in the treasure deck is good. You might draw a hazard or a wandering monster. If you reveal a hazard, follow the instructions on the card and then put it on the bottom of the deck. If you reveal a wandering monster, Zargon places the monster on the board adjacent to you and it immediately attacks. We'll talk more about monster attacks in a moment. The next action is search for secret doors. You can choose this action if you're in a room or a corridor and there are no monsters in your line of sight. If there's a secret door anywhere in the room or corridor you're standing in, Zargon will reveal it. The next action is search for traps. This action can help keep you safe because if you move into a space with a trap, you automatically spring it and might suffer body damage. Ouch. To take this action, there must be no monsters in your line of sight, and you must announce that you're searching for traps. Then Zargon announces which squares, if any, have traps, but doesn't place them on the board yet. They are still concealed and unsprung.
I search for traps. Ooh, okay. There is a trap on this square, which is blocking your path.
Okay, can I try and jump over it?
You can try, but you'll need at least 2 squares of movement remaining.
Oh, I have that.
Okay, so roll 1 combat die and just roll anything except a skull.
Okay. I rolled a skull.
You have sprung the trap, and you suffer the damage.
Dang it. The last action is disarm a trap. To take this action, the trap must be revealed and unsprung, and you must have a toolkit. First, announce you are moving onto the trap square to try and disarm it. Then roll 1 combat die. If you roll a skull, you fail. The trap is sprung and you suffer the damage. If you roll a black or white shield, you succeed. The trap is disarmed and can't hurt anyone. The dwarf can take this action without a toolkit. Roll 1 combat die. Any result other than a black shield succeeds and disarms the trap. Rolling a black shield springs the trap for the dwarf, and they would take damage. All the details about the different types of traps and what they do are in the rulebook. Players taking on the role of Zargon will want to check that out.
Now that all you heroes have gone, it's my turn, and I get to go for all the monsters. So I'm gonna roll for my abomination attacking the barbarian.
Ooh, 2 hits. Just like with hero characters, monsters can move and then take 1 action, or take 1 action and then move. Monsters don't roll dice for movement, instead moving the number of spaces listed on the monster chart on this side of the Game Master screen. Otherwise, monsters follow all the same movement rules as heroes. The 2 actions monsters can take are attack a hero or cast a dread spell. The quest notes will list which monsters can cast a dread spell. Just like with hero spells, each dread spell can only be cast once per quest, and its effects are detailed on the dread spell card. Most of the time, monsters will attack a hero for their action. The monster only gets 1 attack per turn and must be adjacent to their target. Zargon announces the targeted hero, then rolls combat dice based on the monster chart on the Game Master screen. The attack roll works just like when a hero is attacking. Each skull rolled is a hit, and the total number of skulls is the total number of body points damage done to the hero. But first, heroes get to roll defense dice, blocking hits for each white shield rolled.
All right, so the defend dice on my character card says 2, so I'll roll 2 defend dice. All right. Nice, I got a white shield. Okay, so I block 1 hit and I take 1 point of body damage.
That's right. If a hero ever reaches 0 body points, they are defeated and out of the game for the rest of the quest, unless they get healed. If you have a healing potion, you may immediately drink it to raise your body points above 0. If you are a spellcaster with a healing spell and you haven't already performed an action on this turn, you can cast the spell on yourself and live to fight another day, or at least another turn. Keep taking turns like this until the heroes have achieved the quest goal and reached the exit. You've successfully completed the quest! Good job! Mark the quest number on your character sheet and restore all your lost body and mind points. You can now spend your treasure and rewards at the armory. All the details about visiting the armory are in the rulebook. If all 4 heroes die, or you voluntarily return to the entrance before completing the quest goal, the game also ends. You'll have to try to complete the quest again another time. You win some, you lose some, you try some again. And that's it! You're ready to start your adventure and defeat those forces of dread. Happy heroing!